If this is your first time watching my videos, welcome to Conversations on the Heart. Today I want to talk to you about a powerful lesson about the importance of listening to the universe or God, if that's how you prefer to call it. Life is a journey, and that journey can often feel like driving through a winding road with unexpected detours. But what I can tell you with certainty is that there is a guiding force, much like the GPS found in your cars and phones, that knows the best route for us, even when we think we know best. Let me take you back to a moment that made this lesson crystal clear for me. It was a regular afternoon, and I was driving home with my daughter after a long day on the road. The sun was setting, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, and all I could think about is getting home into my PJs, into my comfy bed so I could finally relax. So we were making our way down the highway, and the familiar voice of the GPS was, as usual, guiding us in its calm tone. But this time was different. The GPS instructed us to take the collector lanes, a path that I associated with heavier traffic. So my initial reaction was one of skepticism. After all, every time I've taken that route, the GPS had always instructed me to the express lanes that were faster and more direct. So my instinct was to follow my own judgment and stick with the express lanes, which at that point were moving beautifully. But just as I was about to override the GPS instructions, a gentle voice whispered, "Waleuska, just listen and follow." It was as though the universe was nudging me and reminding me that even in those moments when we think we know best, there is a greater wisdom guiding us. So, despite my initial hesitation, I decided to follow the GPS directions, and I entered into the collector lanes. Initially, the lanes were super slow, and I found myself growing impatient. The express lanes were moving so smooth, and I couldn't help but question why I didn't listen to my first inclination, and now I was stuck in what seemed like a sluggish route, and the promise of my PJs and comfy bed seemed to elude me. Needless to say, I was so upset with my decision to follow the directions. Then something remarkable happened. Just 5 minutes into our snail drive, the collector lanes opened up. It was as if an entire path had opened clear for us magically when it was simply at a standstill. The express lanes, the route that I originally wanted to take, was a parking lot. Cars were backed up for miles and miles. I mean, it was in a complete halt. And suddenly my decision to follow the GPS, and by extension the universe's guidance, felt like a stroke of genius. The frustration I felt before melted away, and it was replaced by a deep sense of relief and gratitude. I had been guided perfectly, and the route that I questioned ended up being the best route for us after all. So it dawned on me that the way I was lamenting and questioning why I followed that guidance is how the universe must feel. That is what we do when the universe is trying to guide us. We tend to disobey and ungratefully follow a path that we think is best. But in the end, that path often ends up being more painful for us. That experience taught me something valuable about our journey through life. Just like the GPS, the universe offers guidance that may not always align with our initial perceptions or desires. We may think we know the faster way, or the most direct route, or the best decision to make based on past experiences. However, the universe has a broader perspective and understanding, not just of the road ahead, but the unseen obstacles and opportunities that lie on our path. when we listen and trust the divine guidance, even in those moments when it may seem counterintuitive, we open ourselves to not only a path that is smoother, but also a path that is aligned with our true purpose. The universe, much like the GPS, sees the entire overview of our path and knows the best route to help us navigate through the complexities of life. Yes, sometimes our faith may waver, and we may second guess the direction that we are being guided towards. So I'm here to remind you to trust that guidance, because when we do, we are directed to a greater plan that is often more favorable than anything we could have envisioned on our own. It was my willingness that day to follow the directions, despite my original inclination, that got me home safe and ahead of time. The same can be said for life. We need to trust the path that the universe is laying out for us, even when we may not understand the reasons. So the next time you find yourselves at a crossroads, or when life seems to be steering you through unexpected routes, take a moment and listen. Trust the guidance of the universe, and remember that even if the journey seems slower at first, a beautiful road will open up for you, leading you to a destination that is meant for you. Thank you for spending your time with me today. And I hope that you find the courage to follow the directions of the universe and that you take your journey with trust and faith. I wish you safe travels on your road, wherever that might lead. And if you wish to help my little channel grow, please subscribe, give this video the thumbs up, and share it with others. And I will see you on the next episode.